Hi everyone, welcome back to Disorderly Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is themed around Emily in Paris, and it's all about who can't stop thinking about you. I have 3 groups for you to pick from today. Each comes with a couple from the TV show and a crystal heart. Starting with group 1 and coming down to group 3. I absolutely adore French culture and Paris in particular, so this is my favourite theme to date. Let me know down in the comments if you have any theme suggestions for the future. Let me give you some close-ups of the groups. Group 1, Emily and Gabriel with a sodalite heart. Group 2, Sofia and Camille with a white jade heart. Group 3, Mindy and Alfie with a cherry quartz heart. Please take a deep breath in with me now and hold it and slowly breathe out. When you're ready, select a group. If you need more time choosing, feel free to pause the video here. Once you've got your group, scroll down to the description box or the comments and find the timestamp for your group. I'm going to start with a reading for group 1. Hi group 1, so if you picked Emily and Gabrielle and also this sodalite heart, this is your reading. I'm just going to pop this up in the dish here for the rest of it, and also I will prop Emily and Gabrielle up there. I'd like to start by finding out about who is thinking about you and cannot stop. So we have our first card, the Scientist. And I'm going to read from the Oracle of the Roses book. Anything can help you find a solution if you are willing to let go of what you feel and even think, and just stop, listen, and look. Don't fear the unknown, but also avoid over-analysing. Try a new way, gather additional information, experiment. And while you may not find the complete answer, explorations can often set you in the right direction. That's always better than stagnation or worse, falling backwards. The scientist will work out the question first before setting up the experiment, using true tests and carefully analysing the outcomes. So I feel like this person is very methodical. The person that can't stop thinking about you, I'm picturing them literally as a scientist, someone who is very intelligent and uses logic over feelings to direct them in life. Let's get some Enchanted Blossoms cards to find out a bit more about this person. So, Magnificence. And Prosperity. Magnificence to describe them. So I feel like they're doing pretty well for themselves. They might have a very good job. I see them as a professional, definitely. With prosperity, I feel like they're pretty abundant, as in they earn quite a lot of money or they're doing very well for themselves. I just see them as someone who really stands out from the crowd. However, I'm not sure if they realise that they stand out. With the scientist, I kind of picture someone who, although they are very wise and they're worth talking to, they're worth learning from and listening to, I don't think they realise that about themselves always, and they're definitely not someone who pushes themselves to be centre of attention in the room. They would rather stand back and take in what's going on around them. I see them as sort of an introverted individual, despite the fact that other people see them as magnanimous, as this force to be reckoned with. I do feel like they're really busy capturing everyone's attention, although it's definitely a subconscious thing. I don't see it as their intention to be seen. I see it more as this natural happening. So despite their intelligence kind of commanding everyone around them, they're someone who withdraws very easily. They're someone who is quite quiet. I see them as this very kind soul as well. I see them as very caring and gentle. Yes, more than anything, they're very, very gentle. Now, I want to know more about their feelings for you because obviously they can't stop thinking about you. So let's see what else we have to do with your connection. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So I feel like this is how they're feeling. They are feeling so confused by their feelings for you, and not in a negative way, but just they are feeling such strong vibes between the two of you. They are so attracted to you, and it's almost scary to them that they could be so attracted to someone. It's kind of taking over. I'm going to put these to one side because we're going to get quite a lot of cards out today. This makes me think that they have some sort of doubt about your connection, although at the moment it's not really clear what that doubt is. Let's get some more information. Healing, difficult self-truths, acknowledgement, inner work. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And jealous, envy, green eye, paranoia. I like to note with this particular card that with green eye, this may be an indicator that they have green eyes. It may not as well, but it may just provide some reassurance for some of you that it is the person that you're thinking about. This person is so consumed by their feelings for you. Oh my goodness. I just see them as jealous of other people who get to spend their time with you. It's kind of like they want your attention. Everyone else's attention is so easily accessible to them, but your attention is so much harder and they want to be seen by you. However, they're actually very mentally and emotionally mature. I think they recognize that they are not ready for a relationship with you. They're not ready yet. They need to do some healing first. They need to look inside themselves first. There's some sort of barrier or issue in the way of them having this connection with you. And I feel like they're so sure that they're not ready for this commitment with you yet. And it's not because they're not ready for a commitment in general and they're a flight risk. It's more because they want to be worthy of you. They want to feel worthy of you. And currently they feel you are too good for them. You are a league above them. And they need to do some work on themselves before they reach that level where they're ready to commit to you and they feel they deserve you at that point. But they haven't quite got there yet. I think there's something very difficult that they've been through and they are still working on themselves. Perhaps they need some counselling or some therapy or something to manage or deal with that. And they're very aware that they need to do some work on themselves before they'll be ready for this connection. So although they're feeling a bit jealous about people spending time with you, you may even have a partner who they want to be your partner, but they know that they can't be yet. So it's just really difficult to see you in any sort of connections or dating other people because they want you. Their eyes are fixed on you and they know you're a prize, basically, but they're just not ready for you yet. They don't want to offer you less than you deserve. So they're not going to do that. They're not willing to do that, which is a good thing. It means that they are emotionally mature. And I really do see that with the scientist. This is someone who is very intelligent and realizes when they're not ready for something, and they don't want to drag you down. They want to build you up. They want to show you how incredible you are. I wanted to get another card just looking at their thoughts about your connection with them. We have heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Okay, so again, I feel like this is what they want to do. They want to talk to you about how they feel. They want to let you in. They want to let it all out. But they really don't want to drag you down. They want to give you what you deserve, and they're really scared. They're frightened that they can't do that. They're frightened that they're not enough for you. I think perhaps sometimes they talk to you and give you little insights, little glimpses as to how they're feeling, but they won't tell you the honest truth because they don't want to get your hopes up, or they don't want to keep you kind of hanging on, waiting for them. They don't want to leave you a trail of breadcrumbs. They think that's really unfair, stringing someone along, and they are unwilling to do that despite the fact that they see you as the end goal. They want to get to you at some point. I'd like to have a look at tarot next. So I actually have a new deck. I've got the Cozy Witch tarot deck by Amanda Lovelace, who I think I've said before, I absolutely love her and her writing. So let's get a bit more information about how this person that cannot stop thinking about you feels about you. Tell me about Group 1's person. How are they feeling about Group 1? How are they feeling about this connection? What do they want? Okay, so in tarot, we have the 8 of Wands, light a fire underneath your cauldron, and go, go, go. Followed by the 5 of Pentacles, nothing is ever as hopeless as it seems. I just put this up there, and I can put this one on the other side. A bit more space. 6 of Pentacles. Every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. King of Wands. Shine your inner candle light bright enough for others to follow. And lastly, the 8 of Swords. Stop overthinking and just do it. Okay, this is actually really interesting. So I think this person who can't stop thinking about you, they see you as the King of Wands. They see you as someone who shines so brightly. You cannot be ignored. You are absolutely amazing to them. And they admire you so much. They really look up to you. They just love everything about you. I see them as enamored by you, but things are so difficult for them. Oh my goodness. They just want to be with you, but they feel this mental block. It's like so much doubt is playing on their mind that they can't meet the standards that you deserve. They are simply not good enough for you. They really feel that way, that they cannot give you everything that they should be able to give you and everything that they want to give you. And that's really tough for them because they do really love you and they want to be there for you. They want to give you everything. And I do see them as being there for you no matter what. So I see them as someone who is very giving towards you. They want to give you everything. I think you guys probably hang out quite a lot, or if you're ever in need of help or finding yourself in times of trouble, I really feel like this person comes to you immediately. They are there to lend a hand. They are there to help you. That is pretty much all they want in life. They just want to be there for you. They want to lift you up when you're down. And what I see from this is they have this hope. I don't know if you can see all these little like glistening stars in this picture, but it just makes me think of hope and a wish coming true. And I think they have this hope that you guys will find a way to be together someday. But it can be really tough on them sometimes. Sometimes it feels like they are never going to get out of this place of self-doubt and perhaps even self-sabotage. They're never going to make their way to you. They're never going to find you. But that's simply not true, because you are there in the distance. Hope is there in the distance, and they're just on this journey to get to you. And with the Eight of Wands, we see things happening quite fast. I think that is talking about you. So I don't know if you are going on a lot of dates, or you just seem like you've got a lot of admirers at the moment, or you're just very busy. They just see a lot of things taking up your time and a lot of other things on your mind, and they don't see themselves on your mind, which is really difficult for them because you are constantly on their mind. Like, they literally cannot stop thinking about you, but you are busy with other things and other people, and that can sometimes cause them a little bit of jealousy because they want to be thought about and they're not being thought about, but they don't blame that on you in the slightest. They're not annoyed with you for that, because they are holding themselves back to a degree because they have to. If they allow you to know how they feel about you, they are worried that you do care about them and that you will want this connection, you will want this relationship, and you will step headfirst into the unknown for them to make this relationship work. But they know that they are not quite ready yet. They have not done all the healing work that they need to do, and they just feel like you deserve better. You deserve better than what they currently are. They do see themselves in quite a negative way. I don't know why that is, because no one else sees them that way. Everyone else is really happy to be around them. They see them as a very giving person. They receive a lot from them. This person is very kind. That really comes across very strongly, and quite peaceful as well. I see them as very calm. You might not be the same way with the King of Wands. I see that you have a bit of fire in you, and they love that about you. I mean, it's often the opposites attract, but they see you as a real go-getter, someone who is driven and creative too, whereas they're very different. They're less emotional and more logical. And they like hearing how you think about the world. I'm getting that too. They like your insights because you're so different to each other. They feel that they can learn a lot from you. I've got some zodiac signs, and I just thought I could get one for them. It might tell us a little bit more about their personality. So tell me about this person that cannot stop thinking about group one. What are they like? Aquarius. I love that. So I do think of Aquarius as fairly wise and also very original. They're an extremely logical astrological sign in the way that they do a lot more thinking than feeling. They can sometimes feel a bit detached from their emotions, and that is how I see this person. I see this person as very logical, but also, yes, intelligent. They have great ideas that no one would have ever thought of before. They can be a bit unique, so it may be that you recognize who this person is from how they are not only intelligent, but also very unique. They do not follow the crowd. They like being different, and they're not fazed by having a different opinion to others. Let's get a bit more information on your connection. We have joyous fun. It's literally as it reads. This relationship with you, they know it would be so much fun. They love being in your company. I feel like whenever you hang out together, it's like their world turns pink, and there is sunshine and there are rainbows in every direction. They feel like a kid with you. I think you bring out their playful side because they're not really a very playful person. They're usually quite serious, but you're able to bring that out in them, and they love it. They really, really enjoy that about how you can do that, how you're able to do that. You're able to make them less serious and a bit more fun. We also have the vast universe. So when I put together your group one, because you got sodalite, which so often reminds me of lapis lazuli, and you also got Emily and Gabriel, I was thinking of star-crossed lovers, two people who come from different worlds uniting and falling for each other. And with the vast universe, this card just makes me think of the stars. It makes me think of this star-crossed connection. I feel like something about this connection was meant to be. And in all honesty, I think you guys are going to end up together. And you might actually be struggling with this situation because this other person is definitely holding themselves back. They will not let this happen currently, but there is hope for the future. However, I just want to give you a little bit of advice. You do not have to wait around for this person, okay? This person isn't expecting you to wait around. Whether they feel jealous at times or not, that doesn't matter. They know they need to do this work before you guys can get together. So don't feel bad about exploring other avenues or doing your own thing for the moment, whether you want to stay single or you want to date other people, that's absolutely fine. This person is not going to actually judge you for that because they know this isn't the right time, but there will be a right time in the future and they are okay with waiting for that. They are willing to wait. They will wait. As much as they may be overthinking about your intentions and whether you do feel the same way about them or not, I think they do have this hope, and this hope is going to stay alive. I don't see it being diminished or extinguished. It's going to stick around for a long time, that you do feel the same way about them and you do want this connection, you want this partnership, and when it is the right time, you will be there waiting for them. That's probably not the right word really, because you're not going to be waiting for them, but they know that the stars will align. They know that you will intersect again when it is right. We also have clearing the excess. You are entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, whether it is in your physical body or your physical space. So this is more about this work that they want to do. So this is nothing that you have to worry about, nothing that you need to worry about. This is about them. They feel the need to not only heal from mental scars, but also work on their physical space and their physical body. So it may be that they're feeling really out of shape and they want to become healthy again before you guys get into a relationship. It may be that their home is a bit of a mess. Perhaps because they're spending so much time at work, they're not focusing on their surroundings that much, and they want to literally clear away the clutter, get their life sorted before they open themselves up to a connection with you. And they do want it. They want it so badly. They want to be with you. They adore you, but this is just not the right time yet, and they know they've got to do this extra work before it will be the right time, and that's okay. The right time is coming. I do really see that quite strongly. There is a right time for you guys. You guys are going to come together. It's just not yet. They need this time to work on themselves, so please encourage that. Allow them to work on themselves. Everyone needs that at some point in their lives, and it's great that this person is recognizing that and is really honest about that. I think at times they may struggle to talk to you about that. I do really think that there's a lot of overthinking, a lot of closing themselves off to you, being detached, and not really expressing how they feel. And you may notice that. You may notice that they're not being as honest with you as you would like, or they're not being open with you. But this is the reason. The reason is this. They know it's not the right time. They know that they need to work on themselves before they can get there. I think somewhere deep down, they know that they need to have an honest conversation with you and tell you how they feel, but that they're just really not at a stage for a commitment yet, but they're hoping they will be in the future. I don't know if this conversation is around the corner, because with the 8 of Wands, I really get the feeling that something is moving really fast. And it may be that they're coming to the realization they can't overthink this anymore. They do just need to be honest with you about it, so that you know where you stand and where they stand. So that might actually be coming up. You could even prompt that if you wanted to, but this isn't down to you. As I said, you get to enjoy your own life. Don't hold yourself back because of this person, because I think that might be a temptation for you. You might be so into them that you're consumed by this feeling, and it's really, really difficult to keep feeling like they're putting their hand up and pushing you away or holding you back, because I think at times they make you feel like they do have feelings for you, but then suddenly they can come off a little bit standoffish, and the truth is they just know that they're not ready. But I don't know if they've communicated that to you. I feel like they haven't yet. They are coming to the realization that they need to communicate that to you, and maybe it's going to happen very soon. I do actually feel like it's going to happen very soon. But with that communication, they want the reassurance from you that you won't chase after them when they're not ready for it yet. So if they communicate that to you, you really do need to accept that. I mean, it comes down to consent, doesn't it? If they're not ready and they're telling you they're not ready, just accept it and move on. You don't need to think about them constantly. If it is right, it will find its way back to you. And they have this hope that that's what's going to happen, but it's up to you whether you want to keep that hope or not. You don't have to. You can just move on. And then when the time is right, if it is right, they will make their way back anyway. So there's nothing to worry about there. I do feel though that this is meant to be, there's a very strong soulmate connection energy that I'm feeling. So I do think you guys are meant to be together, but just not yet. There's a little bit of a road for this person to go along before it's your time to shine together. That's all I've got for you, Group 1. If you enjoyed this reading, please click that like button down below. Also, leave me a comment. I love reading them. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already. I aim to post a video every week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye. Hi Group 2. So if you picked Sofia and Camille and also this white jade heart, this is your reading. I actually really love their couple. I know that there is a lot of drama that gets in the way of their relationship, but I just think they're very, very cute and fun. We're going to start by looking at who cannot stop thinking about you, Group 2. So we have the outsider. To get a bit more information on this person, I would also like to get a zodiac charm. So we'll have a look at some more characteristics, hopefully, about them. Tell me about Group 2. Who cannot stop thinking about them? Okay, so we have Taurus. Going to pop that up there for the moment. And I've got a couple of additional cards about them. So we have Appreciation. It's an Enchanted Blossoms card. And also Gratitude. There's a few things I'm getting. I'm getting that they're an outsider, essentially. So they're someone who doesn't fit into society's usual expectations or societal norms, and they're not afraid to be different. However, I feel like with you, they have so much appreciation for you and so much gratitude, and they are so grateful for you and for knowing you. And with Taurus, I also see them as someone who likes spending time with you, quality time together, being cozy with you. You fill them with a lot of warmth and they feel nurtured by you. I'm going to read from the book for the Oracle of the Roses just to get a bit more information on the outsider. Going against the flow could be a helpful way to gain additional insights. Often we can break up negative patterns and influences by ceasing to try and work it out, and by creating a new path with our own set plans. Energies surrounding new ideas, opportunities, and even windfalls are present. The outsider does risk loneliness when placed within groups that already have established codes, but they are the great disruptors and inventors that often create change for the better and help others become inspired to do the same. I'm so interested by that because Taurus, I think of Taurians as people who hate change, and this outsider is someone who is rebellious in nature and who wants to create change. So it's very much the opposite. So it may be that they are sometimes torn between their head and their heart. I think this is kind of like their interior. So it's as if on the outside, they come across as someone who is fiercely independent, a warrior, someone who is very driven with their specific ideals, and they cannot be swayed by others. And that is replicated with Taurus because they tend to be a little bit stubborn. And I do see them as having a slightly stubborn nature, a disregard for the rules as well. However, Taurus is usually a bit more structured, a bit more stable. They like to lay the foundations and put in the groundwork first. So that might be the case for this person. They might like to put a plan in place so that they can achieve what they want to achieve. And I think that is how they see you too and love with you. So they see that they need to put some sort of plan in place to win over your affections. And I believe that is why they are showing you an immense amount of gratitude and appreciation. So look out for that. This person, they are very warm towards you and willing to help you, but also kind of lift you up. They're someone who pays you a lot of compliments. But also because of this mix of two different energies that are opposing in nature, I'm wondering if this person has done something that you may have disagreed with and now they're coming back to you. There's something about that. Was there something that pulled this person away from you? Did they do something that made you want to walk away from them for some time or hit pause on your connection? Let's get a bit more information from the Lover's Oracle. So we actually got two cards. I wanted only one card, but they were all flying out for you. So first we have Romance, Cupid's arrow strikes. So they are infatuated with you. That's for definite. I'm going to rearrange these cards. I'm just going to pop them down there for the moment. And then we also have acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Okay. There's something that's happened between the two of you that has pulled you apart, but they want to win you back. But there's this doubt that they can't get back what they've lost, and it's their fault. I keep feeling like they feel it's their fault. They've done something wrong. They've pushed you away. I'm just going to rearrange these cards. Okay, that's a bit better and leaves us with a bit more space. I'm going to get a couple more cards about how they feel about your connection, and then we'll get into all of this. So we have separation. That's what I was feeling. Okay, breakup, no contact, heartbreak, yeah. What has happened to the two of you? And fresh start, new beginning, start over, square one. So that was extremely accurate then. Something has pulled you guys apart. You have separated in some ways. This is someone from the past who cannot stop thinking about you, and they want a fresh start. They're ready for a fresh start. Cupid's arrow has struck them. They want romance again with you. They have feelings for you. They're very strong, and they know that they may have to just accept that it's over between the two of you. They know that they may have to accept that you do not want them back. They're really struggling with that. They're struggling to get over you. Oh, you have such a strong pull on them. I really feel like they're literally magnetized towards you, and they've missed you so much. You really have had such an impact on them, and they want you back. I really wonder what this separation was. I think we're going to have to get some tarot to get into this further, because I feel like there's a lot here. There's a lot to digest. Something huge has happened in your connection, and honestly, from reading from an outside perspective, I can't tell if they deserve this fresh start or they don't deserve it. And in this reading, we're really looking at how they feel and not how you feel. So you will know in your heart if they do deserve it or not. But we're going to have a look at whether they feel that they deserve it. So I've actually got a new deck. I've got the Cozy Witch Tarot deck that I'm really excited to use, because it's another deck by Amanda Lovelace, who is one of my favourite writers. Let's find out a little bit more about your connection with this person, Group 1, and how this person who cannot stop thinking about you feels about you. So tell me a bit more about how this person is feeling about Group 2. Tell me how this person is feeling about Group 2. Oh my goodness, all the cards are coming out for you, Group 2. What's happening in this connection? Okay, so first we have the Seven of Swords. Are your actions really as selfless as you think? Oh, okay. I see some drama. The Chariot. You'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. The Seven of Cups. Not every great option you're given will be a great option for you. The Knight of Wands. Sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. And the Queen of Wands. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. I'm going to be honest, Group 2. My instinct is this person doesn't deserve you. But let's get into it. Are your actions really as selfless as you think? I feel like this person is not willing to take the blame for something that went wrong in your connection. So I think there may have been a lack of contact between the two of you for a while, and it's because of something that they caused, but they're in denial about it still. They feel guilty that it caused the end of your connection or a break in your connection. However, they may not be willing to accept responsibility. Yeah, with the Knight of Wands, especially as on this card, it says sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. I feel like they want to weasel their way back into your life, and you're giving them signals that you don't want that. You don't want them back. And they're getting these signals that not every great option is a great option for them, but they just don't want to listen to them. They want to go full speed ahead, and they've got a lot of confidence. It can come across as arrogance sometimes. Oh, okay. So they do really love you. I see them as seeing you as this incredible person. They really look up to you. They think you're amazing, and they want to get back into your life. They want to have some sort of connection with you, but they haven't made this move yet. And there's some huge move that they've got this plan in place to make a move on you, to try for a fresh start with you, but they may not be in the best mindset for it. I feel like they're not open to taking responsibility yet, and that may be an issue. So I don't know if they will then realize that they should take responsibility, that you haven't done anything wrong. I kind of can't see that far ahead, but at the moment I feel like they think it's going to be easier to get you back than it actually will be, because you are amazing and you're more aware of what went down between the two of you. You're more aware of who was in the wrong and what caused this separation, and I think you felt more of the heartbreak. I don't feel like this other person felt so much of the heartbreak until now, until they've got to this point where they want you back. They're ready for a romance between the two of you. But yes, there's this lack of acceptance. They're unwilling to put aside their pride and recognize that they did something wrong. I don't know why they're so unwilling to do that. And it may just come down to them being a very stubborn character, because I definitely do see them as quite stubborn. They can even come across a little bit self-righteous at times. Group 2, I think you're going to know exactly who I'm talking about, because I feel like this is someone you've either previously dated or been in a relationship with, or there's been some sort of strong connection between the two of you. Essentially, I feel like they screwed you over somehow. Oh, they really hurt you. It may be that you've even noticed them showing some signs of thinking about you again. You're on their mind again. I don't know if they're looking at your social media stories or your posts. You might suddenly get likes from them, or them watching your Instagram story, that sort of thing I'm getting. Let's get some more information. So I've also got a Romance Angels card. Playfulness, yeah. It's all about fun to them. They can't take things seriously. They've really hurt your feelings at some point, but when they think of you, they just think about the fun that you guys had together, and they want more of that. Oh, this is really hard reading, Group 2. I'm sorry. I was thinking that all of these would be like cute, happy readings, because it is someone who's essentially got a crush on you. It's someone who can't stop thinking about you, and that is still the case for you. But there's definitely something about them not deserving you here, and it's not like they have major insecurities and low self-esteem. It's that they genuinely don't deserve you, and they almost want to try their luck and try and get you anyway. Oh, I hate that. sorry Group 2. I don't like saying anything particularly negative, but I'm annoyed with this person for you, because you deserve better, and that's like abundantly clear that you've treated them so much better, and they're even aware of that. Like, they have so much gratitude that you could even answer a question they pose to you, or you can reply to something they send you still after whatever it is that they did that caused this separation. They have gratitude that they met you and that you're still at least on the periphery of their life. Let's find out a bit more about this connection. We have the Honouring Path. This actually really reminds me of the Queen of Wands, so it's funny this came out. This is you. They see you as someone who is doing so well for themselves, and they want that for them. They want you for them, but it's almost objectifying, or it's not deep true love. It's more like attraction, which can kind of come and go. That's what's putting you on their mind constantly. They just think you're so attractive at the moment, you're doing so well for yourself, and they want that. It's like this selfish desire to take what you have. And then we also have In the Light of the Moon. A full moon can shine light on what you have been resisting. This can be anything from your fears to your soul's beauty. Resisting, yeah. This person is resisting the truth. They're resisting the fact that they have caused this breakdown in your relationship. They don't want to admit that, but the sooner they do, the sooner you're likely to actually forgive them or give them a chance. So it's actually really foolish on their part. If they just were willing to admit their flaws, they may actually have a chance with you. Of course, that's up to you. You may not want to grant them with the chance. And to be honest, with the way that they're acting, it's very immature. And I'm not sure if they deserve a chance from you. But again, that is up to you. It's your decision to make. But you definitely do not have to give them a chance if you don't feel they're worthy of one or they're willing to ask for your forgiveness. Because they need to do that. I really see that the only possible way for you guys to have a healthy relationship is for them to beg for forgiveness, because they've done something wrong. They need to acknowledge that. They need to ask for your forgiveness, and you need to grant it to them. And then you need this fresh start. And perhaps you can have a fresh start at that point. But yeah, until they do that and they get out of this childish mindset, if they really feel like they can just swan back into your life and act like nothing happened and you guys can just get back together again, and that's just so not the case. This heartbreak was so deeply felt by you. Yeah, it's very one-sided, like they did not feel it as much, and that's just not fair. With the Seven of Swords, I really feel like they're unwilling to realise the consequences of their actions, and I think that's an ongoing trait. They still are quite stubborn, and they still have not realised that every one of their actions has a consequence, and they need to apologise for mistakes they make sometimes, because they have consequences for other people too, and repercussions for other people. That may even be why they're an outsider. Other people might not warm to them as much because they do things for themselves. I'm just seeing them as quite selfish, quite self-motivated. And yeah, you're not. You care more about other people. And I really don't want this person to use you, because even though that may not consciously be their intention, that is how they act in life. They tend to use people, which is, I think, why other people have drifted away from them. It's funny, actually, that we got this with Sofia and Camille, because Sofia feels at times that Camille is sort of using her. She's not giving her her full attention. And that's actually quite hurtful. With their relationship too, I see there's a lot of hiding, a lot of secrecy, and perhaps that is what caused your separation. I don't know if they showed you off enough to everyone in their life. I think they have main character energy a lot of the time, and you fell into the background, and that's simply not fair. It wasn't an equal partnership, and unless they are willing to have that now, I just don't think they deserve you. I know I've stressed that so much, but that's what I feel. I feel like they might be messing about with you a little bit, even though it's not their intention. It is what is going to happen, and that's just not fair. They've already done that in the past. You don't deserve that again. You are better than that. You are worth more than that, and there will be other people who are willing to treat you better and more like how you deserve to be treated. That's all I've got for you, group 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please click that like button down below, and also leave a comment telling me anything in particular that you enjoyed or that resonated with you. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already, so that you can check out my weekly readings when they come out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a brilliant day. Bye! Hi group 3, so if you picked Mindy and Alfie and also this cherry quartz heart, this is your reading. Quite a fresh relationship, but very fun and flirty, so I can't wait to get into your reading. We're going to start by finding out a bit about this person who cannot stop thinking about you, group 3. So we have an Oracle of the Roses card, the Ancestor. I'd like to get a little bit more information about them, and then we'll have a look at the book for this card. So we've got some enchanted blossoms, serenity, and protection. Okay, so let's have a look at the guidebook for the ancestor. The beginning, the ending, the space between worlds is the place to find the essence of what it is to be you, and where you might find answers that better align with the core of your beliefs. This may be an ending, but in all completions comes the chance to set forth once again. This is an indication or affirmation that your intuitive feelings are leading you in the right direction. The ancestor leaves the gifts of their experience in their DNA of time for us to discover and work with, so that we in turn may leave something of worth, a thin layer of our truth and view. Okay, so I'm getting that as something about endings and beginnings, coming and going. This person may be someone who is quite inconsistent. You don't know when they're going to show up. You don't know when they're going to disappear again. They may be a bit of a nomad, someone who likes exploring different places, meeting new people, travels a lot. I'm literally picturing them as the Knight of Wands currently, and also getting the picture of the Three of Wands in my mind. So we'll see what tarot cards we'll get later, but to describe them, that's what I'm seeing. Additionally, with this come and go energy, I have a feeling that you may not know where you stand with them. They do have feelings for you. I see them as someone who is very protective over you and wants to make sure you're safe and looked after. With serenity, I think they are quite a calm influence on people. So they may be quite peaceful, quite stoic, quite level-headed, or at least they bring calming energy. So when you're in an environment that is tense, and if any conversation gets heated, they're able to de-escalate the situation and calm people down and resolve issues. I see them as a problem solver. Also, I just want to note with the ancestor card, I really feel like this person feels like family to you. You know, you guys just click. When you're with them, a few hours can go by in a flash because you get on so well. It's as if you've known each other forever, even if you haven't. Time literally just drifts by very, very easily because you enjoy each other's company so much and you get on really well. I think you're very interested in one another. Let's get a bit more information about them. The focus is quite a lot on how they feel about you and your connection, but I really want to know a bit more about them. So I've got some zodiac symbols here. Let's find out about this person who cannot stop thinking about group 3. Okay, we have Cancer. So that brings a lot of caring energy, a lot of compassion, a lot of emotion too. So they feel a lot for you. Even if they have this coming and going energy, when they're away, they're still thinking about you. They do want to be in your company. It's not like they want to leave, they want to walk out on you. But it may be other things that are pulling them away because there are other aspects of their life, and some parts may be very busy. It might be what they do for work, it might be their hobbies, it might be their friends and family, but other things seem to get in the way of your connection with them. But they do feel very strongly about you. I think they can perhaps go into moods sometimes. I don't see that as anger, but I see that as their emotions kind of take over in terms of sadness and worry as well, but also love. When they are with you, they really show their love, they show their warmth, they show their affection for you. I see them as quite a touchy-feely person and someone who wants to show you how much they love you in lots of different ways. I'm actually seeing kind of all the love languages, the 5 love languages. I see them as complimentary. I see them as someone who wants to give you gifts. I see them as someone who wants to do things for you, acts of service, but at the same time spend that quality time with you and give you all the hugs and physical affection that they can. There's just a lot of warmth radiating off them towards you. Let's get a bit more information about your connection with this person and how they feel about it. Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Okay, so they want forgiveness. What do they want forgiveness for? I can't tell if they're asking you for forgiveness or... Yes, okay, so they are asking you for forgiveness. I'm thinking that they're wanting you to forgive them for being so flighty. I think at times they literally disappear off into their own problems. There are other things going on in their life that take over. I feel like they've got a very hectic life. I just see them as someone who... maybe they have a lot of family drama. I see them very involved in a lot of family drama. I see them as having to be the leader at home, having to look after their family because things are a mess, or look after their friends when they're in trouble. I see them as definitely someone who is a savior, protector, rescuer. They want to make things okay. They want to help people. But I think that pulls them away from you at times and affects your relationship with them. I've also got some affairs of the heart cards. So we have the spying, keeping tabs, searching online, and also communication, text, call, unblock, reach out. Oh, okay. Oh, this is very interesting. I'm actually going to put these to a side because we're going to get your tarot very soon. But before we do that, I want to go into these two cards. These are some signs as to who this person is. If you don't know who this person is already, this is someone who is watching you on social media. They are keeping tabs on you. They want to know what's going on with you. Even in those moments when you guys are pulled apart, they are still checking in on you. You might not know it, so they might do it in a very discreet way. With spy, they wouldn't just watch your story all the time because they know that you would then see that immediately. They'll do it in more discreet ways, like they might go on your profile every so often and have a scroll through and you just have no idea. They want to know how you're doing. They're interested in you. They're interested in your life. They haven't forgotten about you. I get the feeling that you just assume quite frequently that they have forgotten about you, that they've moved on, that whatever this is that you had between the two of you was fleeting and it's kind of over. I see with communication, they love talking to you. I mean, I got that earlier. They just really love speaking to you. They enjoy speaking to you. They laugh. I'm just looking at this picture of Mindy and Alfie and they're just laughing. Well, obviously at a table after they've been chatting to one another. So I feel like they enjoy that, going on dates with you. Even if it's not dates, you may have just been friends in the past. They enjoy spending time with you. There's something fun about that. You lift them up, you make them a happier person, and they learn a lot from you too. But I see with unblock and reach out, like that's what they want to do. They want to reach out again. They want your forgiveness. They want you to take them back and enjoy their company once more. I'm going to pop these cards to one side, as I said, and then we will have a look at your tarot. So it's very exciting. I've got a brand new deck. It's the Cozy Witch Tarot. It's by Amanda Lovelace, who I adore. Her writing is so beautiful. So I've been very excited about this and I can't wait to use it. So let's find out a little bit more about this person who cannot stop thinking about you, group 3. And what's going on in your connection with them, how they feel about your connection. Tell me about how this person feels about group 3. Okay, so we have the Chariot. You'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. The Patient Witch. Learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. I think this is the Hanged Man in tarot, original tarot. The Hermit. There are some things that must be done on your own. The Seven of Wands. Witches should hold other witches accountable. And the Sun. Give yourself permission to experience joy. Right, witches should hold other witches accountable. The Seven of Wands with forgiveness. I do just see that they want you to forgive them, but they are willing to apologise, which is great news. They realise they've been in the wrong and they do not want to make the same mistake again. So it's up to you whether you forgive them or not, but they are going to give you that opportunity. They are going to reach out, they're going to communicate with you, and they're going to give you an apology. I really see them seeing you as the sun. They see you as so much happiness. You make them feel excited, you make them feel content, you make them feel cheery and uplifted as well. They enjoy spending time with you so much, and they see you as glowing, someone who radiates positivity and makes everyone happy around them. They really, really look up to you and admire you. With the Hermit, I believe they needed this time away. So even though they are asking for your forgiveness, they are apologising to you, and they don't like how they left you, they realise that they did need to leave for that period that they were absent or that they withdrew. And the reason why they withdrew is because of these other things that were going on in their life. I do feel like there was a lot happening. They were really struggling. And there were a lot of problems that needed fixing, and they just didn't have the time or the capacity to keep something going with you and also act on all these other things. And it's not that they didn't think that you could help them, but they just didn't want to drag you down. I'm seeing that they felt like they were too complicated for you, and they didn't want to be this added complication in your life. They hated that they were complicated. With the Chariot, it's a decision, essentially. They're choosing between two different directions, two different paths, and they're at a bit of a standstill. But I do feel like they're about to make this choice to communicate. That is the choice that they're going to make. But yes, in this present moment, they might be a bit like, is this the right decision to make? Should I be apologising? Should I be allowing myself back into their life, into group three's life, or am I going to ruin it for them? Will they not want to hear from me? Will I make them upset again? Because they do just, I'm getting my words muddled up, but they just care about you so much. They have such strong feelings for you, and they do not want to get you down. They want to keep this glow around you. They want you to be yourself and be happy, and they don't want to bring you any more sadness. They really, really do care about you. I think that's why they've been checking in on you too. They want to make sure you're okay. A bit like an ancestor, they want to protect you. They want to bring you happiness. They want to help you succeed. They don't want to drag you down at all. With this sincerity, again, I feel like this is the time that they want to be honest with you. They want to apologise. They want to be open about their flaws and how they could have done things better, and they should have done things better, and they would never treat you the same way in the future. With the Patient Witch, I think they are terrified. They're terrified of apologising and you kind of leaving them hanging, you leaving them deserted, which is silly because they've deserted you, but they're scared of experiencing that themselves. But they also know that they need to do that. They need to apologise. They need to risk you not wanting anything to do with them anymore, because it also means that if they risk it, there's this other chance that you will make the other choice to allow them back in and for you guys to have a connection together. They have a bit of hope for that. There are stars in a lot of these cards, and that just makes me think of hope. It makes me think of dreams coming true, wishes coming true, wishing upon a star. Yeah, I see that for them. There's stars in literally every card apart from this card. They are wishing for everything to be okay with the two of you. And it's really all up to you. The decision is yours to make. They realize that. And they think it's only right and fair for it to be that way because they are the one who walked away. They are the one who left you in the lurch. And they do hold themselves accountable for that, which is great. I get the impression that they don't want you to feel like they didn't notice you. They really did notice you, and they really did appreciate your time together and the time you took out to spend with them. It's making me think of Mindy and Alfie. So if you know the story of Emily in Paris at all, you'll know that originally Alfie and Mindy weren't together. They were in different relationships beforehand. And they knew of each other whilst they were in these different relationships. But later they form a connection, they form a romantic connection. And with that, I'm just thinking about the fact that they didn't notice each other sooner, and that they had the opportunity to be together before, but because they were in these other relationships and they were loyal to the people that they were with, they just didn't even notice each other. They didn't think about anything romantic between each other, but then they came together later. And I think that's replicated in this scenario and in what this person wants with you, group 3. It hasn't been the right time for you guys before, but they did notice you, okay? They did see you there, they did appreciate you, and they had feelings for you. It was just that they couldn't act on them in that moment because there were all these other things getting in the way. There were all these other issues that they had to solve in their own life, and that's what caused them to be very back and forth and hesitant with communication at times because they couldn't give you everything in that moment. But I think the hope is here that they'll be able to apologise to you, you will forgive them, and then you'll be able to have a connection together. I just keep thinking like them, your person has been so preoccupied by everything else going on in their life that although in the moments that they've shared with you, they've really enjoyed themselves and they've been able to forget about all their problems and just focus on your glow, basically, and your cheeriness and the fun conversation and the love that they have for you. They haven't been able to actually form that proper romantic connection with you. They haven't been able to experience a relationship with you. And the reason for that is because of all these other troubles in their life. And I feel like the last time they spent with you, after that, they just kind of ghosted, like they disappeared for a while. They went off grid, and that caused you a bit of heartache. I see some pain there. And they recognise that, they realise that, and they feel really bad about it. And they want to show you that they really do care about you, and they want to apologise for that. They want to make things better. I'm really getting that from them. They do really care about you. They want to be forgiven, but they'll understand if you don't forgive them either, because they really hold you in high regard. They look up to you, they respect you, and they will understand if you make that decision, if you choose not to go in their direction. They get that. Although they're scared and they're kind of their life hangs in the balance, it's down to your decision, and they realise that, and they're just waiting patiently until you make that decision. They will understand. They will understand if you hold them accountable for what they did, and you can't take them back. You can't give them another chance. But what they want is another chance, definitely. Let's get a few more cards just to delve a little bit deeper into this. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So honestly, with very soon, I just feel like they are making their way towards you very soon. They are literally ready for you. They want you back, and they're going to make that very clear to you. But at the same time, if you cannot have them back, they'll understand. I think this communication is coming about very soon. They are reaching out to you very soon. You are getting this apology very soon. So you may want to decide what you want to do with that. I've also got a couple more oracle cards to find out a little bit more about how they feel about you. So we have back and forth. So this is really how they've been in the connection. I can't believe we got this card because I think I said back and forth earlier, but this is how they've been. They've been like literally like the seesaw with you. They've come into your life, they've gone away, they've come in, they've gone away. They're just so inconsistent, and it's because of all these other things that have been going on for them. But it's caused you definitely some worry, some concern, some upset, some feelings of loneliness too, or desertion. I just really see you feeling like people always leave. That's what's coming into my head. That always makes me think of One Tree Hill, if you've seen that. There's a bit where Peyton does a drawing of people always leave. And yeah, that was something that I actually did a drawing of ages ago too as a teenager, because that was something I felt quite strongly, which isn't true, they don't always leave. But at the time, that was how I felt. And I feel like you're feeling that, or this person is causing you to feel that way, group 3, as if people always leave and as if they will always leave. But I see that they want to reach out to you to tell you that it's going to be different this time. And I do actually think it's going to be different. There is some sort of improvement or change that has happened. I feel with the Chariot, they've chosen to walk away from these problems. They've fixed them as much as they can, but they're not their own problems. They're external factors. So they're problems with work or friends or family. And they've just been trying to help, but actually it's led them away from you. And what they want is you. They want you back. So they are choosing to go in your direction. They're choosing to apologize. They're choosing to change. I get that very strongly. It's a break in this cycle, essentially. Unexplained wonder, magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. All your prayers are answered now. I feel like this is for you. I don't know if you really wanted this person to come back to you and to change, because you're sick of this to and fro. You're sick of all the mixed signals. But this is the striking change. It's coming your way, and it's coming very, very soon as well. They have changed their intentions. They have changed how they act towards you, and they have come to the realization that they are going to lose you for good if they keep acting this way. So they want to apologize for their behavior, and they want to change and start afresh with you and show you that they can be a better person. They can be who you deserve, and you can have a great connection together. Unexplained wonder. I just see like miracles. Like this is going to feel like a dream come true to you. I think you know exactly who this person is actually. I think this is someone that they've been very inconsistent with you. It's been very clear that they've been inconsistent, because you felt heartbreak and then you felt love again with them, and then you felt loss again, and it's just so back and forth and inconsistent that you've almost kind of written them off. But this apology is heading your way, and you get to choose what you do with it. The choice is down to you. But I have a feeling you're going to feel like your prayers are answered, like you've been waiting for them to just own up to their mistakes and take responsibility, and that is happening. And you deserve it, really, because you've had to go through a lot to deal with that pain, that grief, that loss. However, I do see them as emotional. I think they've felt it too. They've recognised that it was tough on them too, losing you on those occasions, because they didn't want to walk away, but they had to so that they could fix these other issues. But yeah, they're done with that now, and they're focused on you. I feel like they've set their sights on you, and you are what they want. And they are headed in your direction with an apology, asking for your forgiveness. That's all I've got for you, group 3. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please click that like button down below, and also leave a comment. I love knowing what stood out to you in your reading. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you receive updates on my weekly videos too. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a very fun day. Bye.